are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, mass bus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
Can't fucking believe it, Joe. Just like the song says, we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Grab a cold one, it said.
I'll grab a cold 3.
Yeah.
So how is you?
I'm all right, Tom, but just getting shit ready. Got that Texas Frightmare weekend in 2-3 weeks, something like
2
that.
weeks.
Yeah, getting there, and in between now and then, I have the Mobster Film Festival competition that I'll be at on Monday at the Texas Theater. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to judge the films this time. So I got shit to do, and they're amateur filmmakers and
Well, try not to gorge yourself on too much Pescettis, okay?
Oh.
And keep the kissing guys to a minimum.
Oh.
That's what it is. It's just an excuse so they can all get together and kiss each other.
Yeah, pretty much. The thing of ours is kissing each other on the lips.
I guess thinking about it now, that's kind of all film festivals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, But you, Tom, you've had some excitement and stuff.
Not really, just getting work done. Today I started the Frightmare stuff. That's how I know there was 2 weeks, because I have 2 weeks to make stuff for Frightmare. So yeah, we'll do that. Luckily, I am excited to go.
All right. Oh yeah, well shit, I went down to Corpus. I'm all in a daze and it's a busy week, man. I went down to Corpus last weekend, saw the family, cut some metal for Frightmare, cut a new piece and cut a bunch of simple old pieces, not a bunch of big fucking things because nobody buys those anymore. But some little things. Maybe people will buy those. Maybe. I don't know. Went to Free Comic Book Day out there in Corpus and, just hung around for a little while. Won a raffle, Tom. Let's see, what did I win here? I won this set of comics. Check this out. This is called Berserker or something like that. Berserker. It is written by Keanu Reeves, so it's gonna be quality, right?
He is known for his writing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's let me take this shit off and see. I haven't even looked at these. So I guess it's the first 4 issues. Let's see. Oh no, it's 4 of the first issues, Tom, is what it is. So you saw that one. And this is another number 1, Berserker. I guess that's supposed to be old Keanu there. And here's another one. He's like ready to fight you, Tom. Look at that. Come on, Tom. You can't defend this, can you? Come on. Come on.
Looks like a street fighter.
Yeah. And then here's the other one, which looks like similar to the other one that I just showed you. Should I read all four of them?
I would rip them up right here, right now, but that's only me.
We'll get to that. Yeah, so that was that, you know, and got to spend some time with the family and then some time on the road by myself. Some, you know, introspection, you know, thinking, God damn, what are you doing, Joe? What the fuck, you know? You spent all this time cutting this shit. Ain't nobody gonna buy it, you know? Oh, well.
Yep. Story of my life. But sometimes it's good to take a break from everything else and just kind of do that shit to get it out of your system, as they say.
Yeah, I figure this one, if nobody buys it, I'll just give it to Roop. He's a big War fan.
I hope he enjoys it.
Well, that being said, it'll probably sell then. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it just to fucking laugh.
Just to spite him. Yeah. Well, yeah, I love Gore. Gua.
I've seen him once.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you watched the documentary.
Yes, I did, Joe. The hit motion picture. Oh boy. Oh, well, I'll write that down in a minute. 'Cause you forgot to remind me. Tee.
Oh yeah. Oh! Oh!
That was like 3 minutes ago.
You know how.
Joe, I know how it goes, man. There's not going to be a good segue. I'm sorry. Joe, I watched the sequel to the hit motion picture F/X2. Have you heard of it?
I have. I mean, I don't have a box set or anything, but yeah, I saw these movies back in the day, as they say.
Did you see the TV show? Because I guess this spun off a television series.
No, I vaguely remember the TV show, and that was like maybe on one of them bootleg cable channels, like UPN or something.
I don't think that was a cable channel.
UPC.
That was a hit motion picture as well. One of your favorites, I'm sure. Well, anyways, Joe, F/X. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, that was it. F/X2, the second one.
What does the F stand for?
What does the what stand for?
F.
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 You know, this movie was made in a different time, Joe. I don't think I can outright tell you what it was without this channel getting demonetized. So, Joe, in F/X2, Ryan Stiles is back as Ozzy Mate, the special effects man of the ages. And in the last one, like him and Brian Dennehy got a bunch of mob money and they like were off in another country. Like I thought they were going to escape like all their troubles and just live in Italy or whatever. No, I guess we just went to pick up the money and then went back to the US like everything was going to be all right. And
Even though they can't be lovers in the US.
even though, because it was a different time.
Yeah.
They didn't live in Vermont.
Mm.
If only they lived in Vermont, they could have been one of the first. Remember when that was a big thing? Oh, Vermont, they're doing it, everybody. Yeah, they're just back in New York or wherever now. You know, they have some money, but it's second verse, same as the first. Old fucking FX gets hired by the cops who happens to be his girlfriend. I don't think they're married, but his girlfriend's ex-husband, and they have a kid. So now Ryan Stiles is like this guy's new dad, even though he still has a dad. That's the one living with him. So, oh, FX, I need you to help me track down this serial killers. We gotta set him up. So they do this elaborate thing where they put fake titties on a guy cop and do like some projection on a shower door of a naked lady taking a shower. So it'll attract the serial killers so they can get them. Fuck, Joe. There was somebody else in the room and they killed the cop with the fake titty prosthetic. And you know what? Effects. He had a camera set up for his own fucking isolated viewing so he could see what's going on set. On set, Joe. So one of the other cops, they say, "Hey, I found your camera." And now Effects is on the run, Joe. But luckily, Brian Dennehy spent his money on an underground abandoned bar so they can just hang out there and drink. And it really is just the second fucking same as the first. I don't know. It's a little tamer and has a goofier tone. This has a fucking I don't know. It's supposed to be an animatronic clown, but I guess it is. It's the dude's in like a mocap suit and the clown's able to move with him. The first one's better. This one's fine. Will I watch him again? No. If you saw him when you were a kid and you still dig him, I understand, but yeah, this really was just like a watered down second verse, same as the first. Fucking just had a weird tone to it, and it was just the same shit. I could only imagine how taxing watching episode after episode after episode of this fucking show could be. But hey, maybe we'll find out in a week. Fuck no. It's like 40 episodes, I think.
2 seasons. Holy.
Yeah, someone just posted about that, and I was like, oh, fuck. Mm, 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 mm.
As soon as Tom hits that little timestamp thing, I'm gonna roll into what I watched, and Tom continued going into this Defa sci-fi collection. You know, the East German sci-fi films, and this time I watched In the Dust of the Stars. Look, they're there on the planet. Shit. What was this one about? Okay, so yeah, there's a spaceship full of science folks, and they're like, they get a distress signal from a planet. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you know, like, well, let's go see what all the distress is about. They land on the planet, but something's fucking them up. You know, when they're landing, they like almost crash, and it turns out like, well, shit, the people there, they didn't send the distress signal, and they don't want these fuckers to land. You know, so they're fucking with their space waves or something that's making the ship shake. You know, but they land, and the great leader of the planet says, "Oh, we'll fucking welcome them. You know, just don't kill them, just welcome them, and we'll try to get rid of them real quick, and we'll throw a party or some shit." So they do. You know, they go and get them, pick them up, take them back to the party, and you know, they have like all kinds of foods and shit, and there's people dancing around with snakes on them and stuff, you know, and you know, chicks are taking their clothes off, and it's a good time, man. You know, it's very like a hippie type situation on this planet, you know, and but these people get like kind of hypnotized, you know, and they forget why they're there. Hey, what distress signal? What's going on? But one dude, Tom, stayed behind. He stayed on the ship. So when they come back, he said, "What the fuck you mean you don't remember this distress signal? That's why we're here." Oh well, shit. I don't know, man. You know, just party. You know, just have some of this food they gave us. You know, and some of their food, Tom, it's like in little aerosol cans, and they spray it in their mouth, and that's their food. You know. Yeah. Well, then he decides, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go explore by myself, you know, and you know, like, there's like some activity over here in this desert, and he goes to check it out, and well, shit, there's a tons of people, Tom, working in the mines there, you know, and it turns out that those people they were interacting with, they already invaded and took over this planet, and they got the original natives to work in the mines for them, Tom.
It's a story old as time.
Yeah, it's like shit. No matter how far you go in the galaxy, there's just oppression wherever you go, man. You know.
Joe, it's more relevant today than when it was made.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if the air is breathable, you know, or if the gravity is different. Fucking oppression, you know. And well, shit, they figure we got to fight this oppression. We got to help free these people. You know, and well, some of them get tortured. There's just some crazy shit going on, Tom. There's a lady that gets slapped throughout the movie, and that's pretty funny because every time you know she comes on screen, oh, somebody's gonna slap this bitch. Can't wait. There it is. It's a lot better than the first movie in this collection, the Silent Star. That was a fucking snooze fest. This is just groovy, daddy-o. You know, this is just like. And it was made in what 70 something, and the hippie generation was okay. This was made in 76, and I think that hippie shit was like what 65. But it's East Germany, so it took a while to get over there, you know. And yeah, the women are all dancing, you know, like hippies and everything. It's you know, there's some ridiculous costumes in it, you know, some silly shit, but I liked it. I thought it was all right. You know, would I recommend it? If you grew up watching like Space 1999 or Star Trek, especially them groovy episodes of Star Trek, you know, or there's some green chicks dancing or whatever, then fuck yeah, this movie is for you. I would say yes. If you can find it. I mean, I'm sure it's streaming on fucking. I didn't look, you know, because I got this box set, you see? I mean, I won't have it very much longer, but, well, no, I probably will still have it for quite a while until I do, like, a comic convention or something. Oh, what's that? Oh, East German? Science fiction, you say? Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. You should buy this shit. Take it with you. Far, far away. Far, far away.
So when you said that they were in distress, did they ever get in that dress?
Yeah, they did. They did. There's some costume changes and everything. There's some chicks that are just outside dancing, you know, Eastern German dancing.
Nice. Seems like they were doing a very lapsadaisical version of the monkey.
Yeah, the main villain guy, you know, the final boss, you would call him, Tom, because you're a video game guy. I would call him the BMOP, the big man on the planet. He's pretty funny. He's just a dude that just wants to have fun, man. You know, like fuck it, don't come over here trying to free these people and ruin our good time, man. You know, it's East German science fiction.
I would have called him B-Mop. Fucking prick. Sorry, B-Mop.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man's?
You would have said that. You sure would have.
Yeah. Joe, this is going to be a very European episode.
European.
Fuck, I was.
Yeah.
I watched the hit French picture, Delicatesen.
Hey,
in 4K. Wee wee.
I've heard of that one.
Joe, this comes to us from our fine friends at Severin Films by way of Fast Custom Shirts, Joe. And in this French film is the post-apocalypse. Oh, everything is all dusty and blown up. Only a few survive. Oh, it's the post-apocalypse, and everybody is cannibals. But for some reason, some reason, there's still television being played on the television.
Whoa, hold on. I fucking had a flashback like I was at La Madeleine restaurant right now having some fucking shitty soup.
Would you like an eclair?
Oh,
Maybe you like it if I call it a Boston creamer. Squirt, squirt. So, Joe, in this movie, a clown, a sad clown, he takes the first job he sees in an ad because he was in the circus and his partner, he was eaten because of the post-apocalypse, you see. Oh. So the first ad he sees is for, I guess, a maintenance man type thing in an apartment building. But the person who owns his apartment building, he is the owner of the Delicatessen that's on the first floor, Joe. And in the beginning of this film, we see a man trying to escape his apartment building, but he's not able to. And then the butcher comes down with a meat cleaver, and it says Delicatessen. So right there, you know what the whole fucking movie is about.
that was French Cookie Monster, everyone.
So, yeah, this fucking clown boy shows up and he says, "Wee, mate, can I have a job?" And the guy says, "No." "Oh, never mind. Come on." And then the fucking butcher has a daughter. And of course, the daughter falls in love with the guy. And it's forbidden love, Joe, because he's about to be everybody's food. But she wants him alive. So now it's a fight for survival. Will love win? Probably, because you've seen this movie many, many times before. But this one's French and cannibalistic. So, wee.
And in the future,
Yeah, but not that far in the future.
just right around the corner. Oh, there he is.
This one was okay. It looked as nice, like it looked kind of cool, and it was shot well. It was technically well made. Like it looked good. But the color, like everything was washed out in like baby diarrhea, so it'll have that gross fucking nuclear post-apocalyptic. I don't know if it was supposed to be nuclear, but this post-apocalyptic feel. But everything just had a very, very French sentiment about it, and it felt very theater kid, like I was watching, like, oh, let's adapt this stage play into a movie. It's just one of those things where, like, oh, we got all these different characters in an apartment building, and it's nothing you haven't seen before. Very, very okay. The whole time I was watching this, I was picturing Jay Sherman from The Critics singing "I Like French Films." That's probably not good. I would say, oh, Joe, this fucking Blu-ray 4K edition, heavy as shit that comes with a book from the fine, fine folks at Severin Films is packed with special features because it is. But I didn't give a fuck enough about this movie to watch any of them. It's okay. It's kind of funny. It's just
Yeah, I watched this a long time back. I guess I remember the look more than the story. You know, yeah, I know it's about. Remember, it's about cannibalism, and this guy trying not to be cannibalized, or his love interest trying to not have him be cannibalized or whatever. But yeah, I just remember it looking cool. You know, it's the same dude that directed City of Lost Children, maybe. And that movie looked cool, and I think is a better movie. And then he changed his whole look. I think after that, did Amelie. Uh, yeah, and these are all both French movies. I guess that's all this guy can fucking make is French movies. Come on, fuck, show some range, dude. Uh, yeah. I mean, shit, I'll watch it again at some point when I come across it in my piles of DVDs. But no, I didn't need to upgrade it. I'm fine with the DVD I have.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to see this in 4K, Joe?
I don't have a 4K TV.
Do you have a Blu-ray TV?
I do not.
What the fuck is that writing back at you?
I don't know what a fucking Blu-ray TV means.
Well, Joe, if you would like to see this in Blu-ray quality, let me know.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. But I appreciate you, Joe. And that was awfully white of you.
Yeah, make $10 off of it or something. 14.
Plus PayPal fees.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was expecting, but not a weird looking fucking clown fuck. And I don't know. It was whatever. Like it was fine.
You're usually all about clowns,
Yeah, but this clown wasn't so wicked, you see. He wasn't a wicked clown.
I get you.
Yeah. This it just could have had more to it for sure. But it didn't.
Well, Tom, okay, we've been to East Germany. We've been to France.
Francais.
And now on this timestamp, we're going to Italia. Hey, have you heard of this country, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the movie I watched is called Creatures from the Abyss, but it's also known as Plankton. This is a 95, 96 it was made, and it is about some friends, I guess they're supposed to be like, well, I mean, they're early 20s is what I would put them at. I don't know if they're supposed to be younger. Maybe they're supposed to be because they're all pretty stupid. But they decide to take a boat trip at night, little, those inflatable boats that people like when they show the soldiers invading an island, and they show up in this little boat with a small motor. Yeah, so 5 of them decide to go out into the ocean at night on one of these little boats, but they forgot to bring the extra gas can, and holy shit, you run out of gas in the middle of the night, and it's like, well, where's the fucking shore, and how are we gonna get there? No gas. Hey, at least it's not raining. Oh, shit, Tom, there's a storm. Oh, fuck, there's a dead body floating in the water there. Hey, what's that over there? Oh, it's a yacht. Let's paddle over there, with our hands. And they do, Tom. And they board the yacht, and, well, shit, there's nobody on this yacht. what's going on here? But wait a minute, there's a lab. There's all kinds of freaky looking fish in this lab in different little containers, you know? It's like, well, what were they doing? Hey, who gives a fuck? Let's go get something to eat. You know, let's check out the bar in this place. They start to do that. They party a little. But holy shit, there's something on this boat, Tom. We know because we have the POV shots of this something that's checking them out. You know? And we have flashbacks, you know, that just randomly appear out of nothing. Who's having these flashbacks? I don't fucking know. Maybe a ghost or something of like tentacles, you know, and fucking fish jumping onto people and shit. And you know, after they start getting attacked and they start, you know, like weird shit starts happening to them, they do a little research on those science computers that they got in the lab, Tom. And it turns out this boat was researching radioactive plankton. Yep. And it turns out that radioactive plankton was being eaten by the fish there, and those fish are mutating. And well, shit. One of those fish got loose. Yeah, that's it. That's the movie, and it's pretty fucking fun. It's dubbed, and it's horribly dubbed, so that's pretty funny. It's got practical effects that are not great, but they're perfect for this movie. You know, it fucking works. This is definitely one of those movies that, like, yeah, get some friends with some booze and whatever else you do. I'm not condoning, you know, anything illegal, but if you do some of that, then this is a fun one to watch. It reminds me a lot of the early Trauma stuff, you know, the shit that they were making themselves and actually gave a little bit of a fuck about. It's a fun movie, man. I don't know if you've seen it or heard of it, Tom, but yeah, I dig it. And supposedly this guy, Al Pisori or some shit like that, he made a few other things that I'm definitely going to watch. If this is the indication of the first thing he did, then yeah. Let's see where he goes from here. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Well, let me ask you this, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You drying jeans over there?
Yes. Threw it all in there. I don't separate the laundry. Fucking, it goes in there. Plankton.
Well, Joe.
Very Lovecraftian.
Very Lovecraftian. Well, Joe, we're going to stay in the great state of Italia
Hey.
for this next hit motion picture. We just went to the abyss. Now we're going to go to the beyond. The Lucio Lafosci classic, Jose. Have you heard of it?
I have.
Have you seen it?
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, I think Roop and I and Scribbles went to see it in the theater maybe 2 years ago. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was... is the Beyond also known as the Gates of Hell?
I think that is the movie prior or the movie following.
Yeah, see, I get all his shit confused.
Why? 'Cause it's all the same?
Yeah, but go ahead, and I'll
Okay.
get to some of that after you're done telling us all about this fine, very well thought out, comprehensive film.
Well, Joe, as we all know, the Europeans like to finger themselves a little smarter than they are, so this is one of those movies. But in it, a bird from New York inherits a hotel in Nolens.
This is the one we saw in the theater.
But Joe, it's not any hotel.
Mhm.
This
Oh.
hotel, oh man, It was built on one of the 7 gates of hell.
So these gates you speak of, Tom, is it like a white picket gate or a wrought iron gate?
I think it's just a regular ass shitty Nolans gate.
Okay. Does it squeak when you open?
No,
No.
sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on the way the wind's blowing. So yeah, this movie. Oh boy. Uh what can you say? Because I mean there is some kind of plot. The lady, she's talking to some guy and it's like, "Oh, this buzzer in room 36." 36? Get it? 3 6. This buzzer keeps going off. Oh, Mios Dios, Quilly Compipi was killed in that room, and oh no. And then this lady's magically driving down like I-10 or some shit, and there's a blind lady and a dog in the road. And the fucking lady's like, "Oh," the blind lady's like, "Oh, I was looking for you."
Look.
Okay. It turns out she like lives right across the street. You gotta get out of this house. Leave while you can. Nah, I think I'll stay. Oh, all right then. And then the gates of hell open up. What does that mean? Shitty Italian zombies start just walking around the house, at the hospital. Why? I don't know.
There was a gate at the hospital too, probably.
There was built on another gate of hell.
That library, there was a gate there too, maybe.
Fuck. There's 7 of them. They're all over the place.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you like this, I would, have to assume that you're a European or you saw this as a kid and it's stuck with you because of the gore.
Yeah.
This guy's gore sucks. Like, it's a good thing to be inspired by, but as for the effects in the movie, except for one, there's a headshot in this movie which is fucking awesome that I'll say is probably one of the best that I've ever seen. But all the other gore effects, they just hold on to fake shit for way too.
Tom's a little frozen there, so I don't know if I should continue with what he was. They just hold
long, and it's just
too long, and they're just like, oh, hey, he's back. All right.
But yeah, it's they just focus on like the fake as fuck shit for way too long. It works in a movie like Ricky O where it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in this, serious horror movie. Um some editing and some shots of an actual person really could have helped the gore effects. But again, if you saw that shit as a kid, I'm sure it's like, oh god damn, look at that. Fuck yeah. But there's a scene where a lady gets acid spilled on her face. It's just a motionless dummy for seconds and seconds and seconds. It doesn't even look cool. It's just like glycerin getting spilled on a dummy's face. You could have had the actual actor there for a lot more and do some kind of like Alka-Seltzer makeup on her or just something. It not for me. I found it very boring. The contacts looked cool. The effects, like the headshot's one of the last big effects in the movie. And you see that, and it's just like, well, they know how to do it and edit it well. So what the hell was all this bullshit before? They know how to do it, but they say, "Oh no, no, no! We only have a time to do a good effect." And if it ends how you would assume, well, I figure once you walk through the door, you're walking through the gates of hell, right? Yep. Oh, okay then.
Um, so I didn't see these until they came out on DVD. You know, never saw them on VHS, but Fangoria used to promote the shit out of all of Lucio Fulci's shit, but never saw them. But I wanted to, you know, just based on the pictures that they would show there. It's like, oh, this fucking. I think this one, yeah, it was called The Gates of Hell. Before it was released on DVD, then it was called The Beyond. But yeah, this is the one that we saw a couple of years ago. So if you go back to our archives, you can see my review of the Beyond, the composer's cut is what we saw. And really all they did was they blasted the music real loud whenever the music would pop up. Fulci's movies, man, they're nonsensical. They're movies of moments, you know? It's like, all right, we're going to have this cool scene pop up here, and then nothing else we're talking about is going to make any fucking sense whatsoever. Just roll with it, you know? It's like, oh, okay, we're going to have some shit happen in a hospital. We're going to have a corpse, you know, just like sit up or whatever. Is this the one where the lady's eye starts bleeding?
I mean, all his movies is some kind of fucking eyeball trauma. This has like 2 or 3 eyeball gags in it.
It may not be this, but I know there's one movie that he has an effect where the lady just starts bleeding from her eyes, and that fucking looked cool to me. But maybe not this movie. The music is fucking great, and the music really helped his movies out a lot. They add a lot to it that wouldn't be there without. I thought the shit with the dog was funny, you know, when the dog fucking attacks.
I mean, sure, but then they just show that fake as fuck dog head for way too long.
And that was funny.
Well, I mean, sure, but it wasn't supposed to be.
Right. It has a cool ending, but overall, this.
I mean, the ending's predictable as shit.
Yeah, but still, it looks cool. But yeah, it's just not. It's not as good as everyone wants to think it is, or pretends it is. I mean, just watch it with your fucking mind and not what you've read or what you've heard anybody else say, and you'll fucking know. You'll know yourself. Like, hey, this is not a good movie. This is just all right. I respect the history it has or whatever, but as far as a narrative, hell no, it doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, like I said, the fucking head explosion is really fucking awesome, and I would say it's worth watching for that. You can just watch that clip. I'm sure it's out there. Yeah, this dude shit isn't for me. I just seen that the new 4K or Blu-ray, whatever, came out, and a lot of people on my feed are raving about it, like, oh, this movie, goddamn. So I'm just like, well, it's Italian, Lucio Fulci, so I'm sure I won't like it. I have nothing better to do with my life. Might as well watch it while it's on Tubi.
Yeah. Well, let me know when you get that disc, and let me know how those special features are and everything, Tom.
I will not, Joe. I will not.
Lorina Marinzito.
You ever see a Zombie? I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen them all. Yeah, Zombie, and I don't know what the fuck else,
I remember fucking Lori's cousin got that shit. We were still in high school, and he was hyping that movie up and hyping that movie up, and he finally found a VHS copy. It wasn't in the day like today where you can just go online and fucking watch anything. You had to actually go to places and see if you could find this shit. he kept hyping, oh man, the zombie fights a shark. This zombie fight, it is so fucking lame, dude. That's
I thought that scene looked pretty cool, but it's this movie that's just a few moments in it that are pretty cool, and then the rest of it's, man, this is fucking dumb, you know, and I mean dumb. Like if
I
you,
mean, you hear that, oh, this shit's gonna fight, and it's a small shark. Sure, he's fucking dancing with the shark in the water and shit, but is it not what it's hyped up to be?
oh, and if that's all your movie has, you know, if that's, you know, okay, oh, this zombie has a worm coming out of his eye or whatever the fuck. All right, that looked cool, but I need more than that. You know, I need a fucking story. I need something to follow along, make me give a shit.
Like that specific zombie, that cover art zombie looks okay. Is it in my top 20 zombies ever? No. But that one looks okay. However, all the other zombies suck. These,
The fat guy at the beginning.
dude, all these Italian zombie movies fucking suck, and the anatomy doesn't make sense. It's
But
like, oh, just drip fucking paper towels and shit over their face so they look like a fucking mutton chop mouth guy.
but you know, I like that they made an effort. They didn't just fucking do something that would inspire the Blue Man Group years later, like fucking Dawn of the Dead.
It was the lighting, Joe. The lighting made them look blue.
Yeah, fucking garbage movie that.
Well, hey, maybe next week we're gonna do the Italian versions of our favorite American movies. That'll be a nice series to run through.
Well, after next week.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna spin a wheel, Joe. That's what I think. But yeah, if you're a dickhead, you'll love this shit. His movies are just fucking boring. And like I said, if you watch this shit as a child, then yeah, you'll remember all this fucking goofy gore that's doesn't hold up. I mean, the eye coming out, that was okay, but that's all this guy does is like eye shit.
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. Just it's not for me, but like what you like, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I'm willing to give shit a fucking chance, obviously, if I've been saying for fucking 464 episodes that I don't like Italian horror movies. At least it wasn't a Chinese one, right?
Right. Hey, Tom.
What's up, Dow?
Tell you what, why don't we step away from Italy for a little bit? We've been there a little too long. Let's go to China. I mean, I know you're all about Shawscope and you're into those big fucking sets, Tom, but hey, man, I was ahead of you because I was a Dragon Dynasty guy. You know, you remember the old Dragon Dynasty? Double features. This one has the one I'm going to talk about today, the Avenging Eagle. I'd seen this before, and with all these movies, wait, is that the one with, wait, what happens in the, wait, because there's so fucking many of them, and they pretty much all look the same.
You fucking racist.
Oh, and they all, for the most part, have the same storyline, right?
No, I mean, there's really only 7 stories out there, and people just manipulate them to fit whatever they need.
Shit, mister. Oh, if you put the monkeys in the... Yeah, whatever.
You and your racism, I swear you need to cool with that shit today.
But the Avenging Eagle is pretty fucking good. I mean, I thought, well, shit. There's a shirt on Fast Custom Shirts for the Avenging Eagle. I must have liked this one. And I did, and I still do. Rewatching this. This is about a guy going through the desert. He's dying, you know. This other guy comes up to him. Hey, here, have some water, you fuck. Hey, thanks a lot. Steals his horse and takes off. and then the guy chases him down, and we get some backstory. After some guys attack him. Well, who the fuck were those guys? Oh, that's the Iron Boat Gang. You know, yeah, those bad motherfuckers. And he says, yeah, there's 13 members of the Iron Boat Gang, and then the big boss. It's like, I used to be one of them. He was one of them, Tom. And then one day when they were out doing some thievery or shit, this guy kicked his ass pretty bad. He escaped and was left for dead, and his family took him in, and like nursed him back to health. And he's like, oh shit, this is what a real family is like. Because he grew up with the fucking Iron Boat Gang, Tom. And that's where he learned his martial arts ways. He uses the fucking 3-pole thing, that's all like nunchucks, but with an extra chuck. So that
I think they're called tri-chucks.
yes, trucks, we'll call them. Well, shit, when he goes back to his gang, the first job they have for them to do is go and kill the guy that nursed him back to health, because that guy's a retired fucking badass, and they want to kill him. And they don't just kill him, they kill his whole fucking family. And he's like freaking out. Well, fuck, I don't want to do this violence anymore. And I just betrayed the people that nursed me to health. The next place they go to is like, hey, you Chung Fong, or whatever his name was, something close to that, but with an X. So the Chung, it's weird pronunciation how they use the X over there. But they said, you hadn't been killing anybody. What's up? Oh, just, letting everybody else have fun. No, you're going to have some fun. You're going to kill this pregnant lady. And he does. And then that's it. He wants to fucking leave the gang. But Tom, ain't no getting out of a gang. You fucking know this, especially not the Iron Boat Gang. But, he tells his story to this guy, and this guy, well, yeah, I'll help you fight these guys. Well, why? Why would you want to do that? We discover this later, Tom, after they fight a bunch of these guys. And this guy, he has like some blades in his shoes that he puts on his arms, and they stick out like this, and he fights them like maybe Cyber had some of those. I don't know. That was a shitty character. But, yeah, so they're fighting everybody, and it turns out this guy was the husband of that pregnant lady he killed. So fuck. Is he just using this guy so they can kill the big boss, and then he's going to kill him? God damn. Who knows? It's pretty good, Tom. A lot of the choreography on the fights is good, except when they throw a spear. Every time they throw a spear in this movie, why don't you just throw a spear? Why do you have to go, show it wobbling on a fucking string and hitting its target like that? It's just dumbass shit. There is some wire shit that they do, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Yeah, I like this movie. We're going to see, after I watch Blood Brothers next week, if I'm going to be keeping this. Or maybe when you get the next box set, Tom, if it's in there, just give me that one disc, and you can sell the rest at a discounted price.
Well, I don't know why you didn't call the guy B-Mop. Just talked about that. We just talked about that, Joe.
We did.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. Looking at the time.
Shit, looks like we just watched a bunch of bangers this week, Tom.
Joe, we didn't only watch bangers, but I personally happened to watch the hit motion picture Gruesome Johnny, which I know you're familiar with because it's based off a hit book. And if there's one thing you love, it's eating hot dogs. And if there's two things you love, it's eating hot dogs while reading a good book. You ever heard of this one, Joe?
Yeah, there's old Gruesome Johnny right now. It's wanting to fight. Come on, Tom. Come on, you motherfucker. Come on, you feet.
So you have seen this one because it starts out with a character named John Grisham. And he's a metalhead in high school. He pulls up to a class in the parking lot. There's his fucking metalhead girlfriend and his crust punk misfit fan fucking friend. And oh gosh darn it, the jocks show up. And they say, "Oi, mate, look, it's old Johnny Gruesome." See how I kind of fucked with his name there? Because it's Grisham, and I called him Gruesome because he's a metalhead guy, yeah? So they get into a fight. In a shocking turn of events, the metalhead guy beat Johnny Gruesome, beats the shit out of the jock, and the principal's like, "Gosh darn it, Johnny. I've had enough of your ways. You're just running rampant. You're fucking suspended for a week. Get out of my sight."
Because there's a time to kill John Grisham, and there's a time to learn.
That's correct, Joe. That's correct.
Get your pelican brief ass out of here. You're suspended.
For a week. So to celebrate, John Grisham and his friends, they go out and do some old drunk driving. But when old Johnny drives a little too fast for his friends, the misfit fan in the back seat says, "Hey, stop, mate, stop," and he doesn't, so he fucking chokes him to death from the back seat. His friend, you see. And because they're all friends, they do the "I know what you did last summer." "Oh man, we're gonna get blamed for this. Oh my god, I didn't mean to kill him. Oh my god." All right, let's throw the car and the body in the river. Okay. So they do, and would you believe it? John Grisham comes back from the beyond for revengeance.
Just like the cat.
Johnny came back the very next day. But he's just killing everybody. All the characters you've seen before, he's going after them too. Oh, fuck you.
Does he do anybody two at a time?
No, I don't think they have the money for that. This is very, very cliche. There's a couple okay effects in it, but the acting is so fucking crazy. I couldn't figure out if this was like supposed to be like a joke, like a mockery, or if they were actually like going and making a movie. This comes off like the Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, whatever the fuck that movie is.
Piece of shit that is.
Well, I'm just saying in the sense that we're trying to make an homage, wink and a nod to those old 50s movies. 'Cause it comes off like, what? Is this supposed to be funny that it's so cliche and like poorly acted?
Not everybody can be Notzilla.
That's correct, Joe. Yeah, no. Good effort. Glad you were able to make your movie, but
So you did that whole accent. So is this one of the McCluvian Man's movies, or?
no, I just like to have fun sometimes. Which, by the way, Joe, that review, awesomely. Definitely more thumbs up than thumbs down. However, the last week of videos, not so good.
No.
Also, lost some subscribers.
Took a gander at that. It's like, hey, look, this one got 9.
Oh, hey, somebody else unsubscribed today. All right, then. That's all right.
That was me.
Yeah, I did too. Fucking pricks. I was like, oh shit, by the end of April, we're gonna have 700. Nope.
April Fools.
That's right, Joe. That's me.
Well, I said plural. You know, I still do.
I didn't want to mock you.
So I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, we all are, Joe. We all are. This is our 464th episode, you see.
On YouTube. I mean, like 800 more from before times.
No, this is from the beginning. Yeah, I think I don't know. I thought life was going to turn out better, Joe.
Nope.
They always say, oh man, work hard, try, and one day, they never tell you about the key element, luck. You gotta have luck. You know what else you gotta have, Joe?
Good credit. Loans and shit, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in debt, you know, with my fucking business. I don't know, man. You know, yeah, luck. Yeah, it's not just fucking hard work. 'Cause I'm a hardworking motherfucker. I'll tell you that. You know?
Yeah. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
I down for a while. You know? I will eventually get up again, but I'll rest.
So you're saying they're never going to keep you down?
No, I'm gonna get up, but at like the 7 count. You know, and then I'll start getting up.
Let me ask you this, Joe. You a fan of Mahjong?
I've never played the game.
No, you ever watch any movies based on it?
Based on the fucking game? No.
Have you ever heard of Kung Fu Mahjong?
No.
Maybe we'll add those movies to the wheel next week. But I didn't watch that shit, Joe.
Good.
I watched the hit motion picture Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, you say?
Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. Hey, we don't have to do a synopsis on this. You know, you can go back 3 weeks. We did a synopsis on this.
So what he's trying to say is this is a remake of the hit motion picture The Manhunter.
Mm-hmm. So just getting into the review of this thing, is it a better movie? Depends on what kind of movie watcher you are. If it's, you know, for the general audiences, yes. You know, it doesn't have the artistry, I guess, that Michael Mann had in his, you know, but that artistry was very much of its day. So who gives a fuck about that artistry, you know?
So going by that, like this fucking movie opens up with like a shot of the sun rising, and you know, it's like, oh, look at this beautiful shot with the water and the silhouette of this house and the purple and oranges of the set. Looks nowhere near as good as fucking it did in the original one. Like that's the one thing that I'll give that original movie is it looks really good. Probably way better than it should. This one, it's faking the funk on that. They're just like, oh, they made that original look good. We gotta try and do that. We'll try and do it, will we? Oh, we tried, and it shows that they tried to do that.
So it was Hannibal Lecter fever, right? That fucking last movie made a lot of money. So fuck, let's make another one. Let's bring old Anthony Hopkins back, and let's expand his role from what it was in the book. You know, let's write more shit for him to do, even though he's locked up the whole time in this one. But yeah, let's fucking write some extra scenes that really aren't going to be shit. You know, they're not going to do anything for the movie, but you know, people want to see Hannibal Lecter, so let's give him some more shit to do. And I think he's pretty good in this one. I think he's better here than he was even in the other two, because he's not being silly. You know, he's not, oh, hey, you know, doing a little stupid Southern drawl, you know, like fucking he turns into Colonel Sanders all of a sudden. You know, he doesn't do that shit here.
He does. He definitely puts on a fake Southern accent to mock.
Very reserved. It's very, you know, not as big. And I don't know, he's playing it better, I thought, a whole lot in this one.
You think you like it more just because it's pretty much just Silence of the Lambs again, and that's the, you know, setting you liked seeing him in?
I don't know. You know, it's good to see Barney back. But that being said, you know, he's not even, you know, if you know the movie, he's not the fucking villain in it. You know, you got the Tooth Fairy, and this one it's Ralph Fiennes or whatever you, however.
Wizard.
Ralph. He's good. He's really fucking good. I thought he was better than the other guy in Manhunter, whose name escapes me now. And they do more with his transformation, with his becoming, you know, something else or whatever. And like there's the scene where he has Philip Seymour Hoffman like fucking strapped to that wheelchair, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is better than that other guy was too. Philip Seymour Hoffman's always fucking great. But the cool thing,
How can you say that? Philip Seymour Hoffman, as you would say, is a fucking junkie fuck.
yeah,
And, you know, you don't like those. Every time Chris Farley's brought up, you just say, "Oh, fuck that junkie fuck, mate." They died the same way, Joe.
yeah, but Farley, all he did was be wired, and all his fucking, you know, oh, let me just jump around like this and what
Guy act to say, "Oh, I'm just a pathetic guy. This is how I act in every movie." Oh, he's like Fat Napoleon Dynamite, this
No,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
well, you've only seen like 2 or 3 movies with him, because he did a lot of shit where he showed a lot of range.
Every movie I've seen him in, always the same type of character. Like, that's why they cast him in those roles, Joe.
He's fucking great in this. And well, like I was saying, Ralph Fiennes,
Hypocrite.
that scene, like the Tooth Fairy, he doesn't stutter or anything. His voice and diction is perfect in that scene because he's not himself. You know, he's the fucking dragon at that point or whatever. And I thought that was cool. Edward Norton, I did not think was cool at all. I think, like, why the fuck did you get this guy if he doesn't give a shit?
Edward Norton comes off very aloof, like he's mocking the profession of acting the whole movie.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's stupid. You know, Brett Ratner had directed some shit before. He can't just tell this guy, "Hey, what the fuck? Do you want to be here?"
Like at some points, Edward Norton, he just gives off the like thing of, "Oh yeah, I'm just here acting." Ha ha. It's weird. It's a very weird tone that he gives off in this movie.
Harvey Keitel is not right for his role. You know, I don't believe him for a fucking second. The Emily Perkins chick that played the blind girl, she's pretty good.
I don't think anybody in this movie was particularly good, especially her as just wide-eyed blind lady.
I thought she did good. What else is going on in this? Fuck, there was... Oh, okay, so it is missing, and I didn't mention this when we did our review of Manhunter, is Chris Elliott. This movie needed Chris Elliott like Manhunter had. it was fucking awesome seeing him in that whole fucking FBI meeting scene because you know you can tell he just wants to crack up the whole fucking time, like he's holding back laughter. But yeah, that started his career, man. Fuck yeah. You probably don't like him either, you know, because you don't like, you know, because he doesn't fucking just do cocaine and just fucking like that, you know. But hey, we all like our things, Tom, and you can like your shit, you know, like what you like. I've heard that said, you know, many times. And Red Dragon, it's definitely a more accessible movie. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, this shit just comes back as like, ah, shit. People didn't have the best things to say about Hannibal, so let's just go back to the well and do that again.
And then
It,
with him getting a fucking letter from Hannibal, what the fuck, you know? It's just like to have Anthony Hopkins close out the movie. You know, that was dumb shit.
yeah, it the whole time I was watching this, I kept thinking, why is he doing a Buffalo Bill impersonation? It just felt like Silence of the Lambs again, even though it was a remake of Manhunter. They just added so much fucking Anthony Hopkins shit where it's fucking dude just going back there, just Silence of the Lambs work, Silence of the Lambs work. Let's just go back and do that again. Let's just do that shit again. And that's what the fuck it feels like. Nobody in this movie seems like they're right for the fucking roles. It was funny to fucking him rolling down the street on fire in a wheelchair, but
It was funny, like him traumatizing his son. You know, probably fucking up his son for the rest of his life in order to save him, though, Tom.
yeah, he should have. Once he got him in that room, he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Sorry, you know, I had to. Yeah, didn't even mention that because you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. It wasn't as boring as the original, maybe because it wasn't as long. Maybe it was, but
I think it was. I mean, I don't know. I watched this one on my phone. I don't like watching shit on my phone, but it fucking looked clear as shit. You know, give it up to those Ruskies. Thanks, guys. You know, dos vidania.
bless you. Yeah, it was whatever. I would say going back and watching these because I already know the next one fucking sucks a dick. I
I've never.
didn't
I read the book, and the book
yeah,
sucked.
I didn't like it then, and I'm not gonna like it now. I might, but yeah, going back and watching these, it's just like, yeah, Silence of the Lambs was pretty good, but I don't think I'll watch any of these ever again.
But did include my favorite scene from the book is when he eats the painting. You know, uh, I thought they handled that well, especially when he knocks the lady out. You know, fuck you, lady.
You and your violence against women. Gosh
Oh,
darn it, Joe.
I don't think you even watch this shit. I don't think you watch half the shit you talk about. You watch somebody else fucking do a review, take a few notes, you know, with your little note cards and shit, and then I'm gonna say that, but in my words.
Long-term viewers would know, Joe. If we had notes, we'd read them. But no, I watched it again and it was fine. It was a whatever movie.
Yeah.
I always laugh when I got this big back tattoo. Look at it. But you got to see a little bit of my butt cheeks too. I got a couple tattoo people on my feed and I always laugh when they have to show their big back pieces because I got to put a little bit of ass crack in there to get the whole fucking piece. So when that came up, I laughed.
I'm laughing at you for having tattoo people on your feed.
Sorry you don't like art, Joe.
I don't.
I know. 'Cause you were just like, "Oh, my favorite part. It was the
Right.
representation of where art is shit." Oh, I understand, Joe. I understand. But I'm sorry your feelings are hurt that I don't like this movie that you don't really like that much either.
Oh, I don't care, Tom. You're just so bitter though about everything. That's what I don't like. I don't like to see my friends so down all the time, man. Take some of that, Tom. Take that. Tom, piece of shit. Oh, God.
It's more like the guy from Diablo.
I only played the first one.
Well, this was a hit motion picture that we have a review for. Not gonna go back and add the card. So you're gonna talk about Spider-Mans?
Yeah, in Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man's teams up with the Sandman. Look who they fight, Tom. It's the old Enforcers. And the Enforcers have some new members. They got Hammer Harrison there. He's got some fucking metal shit on his hands, and he is an ex-boxer. And they got Snake Marston, who is a contortionist. And I don't know, the Sandman has gone straight, Tom. That means he's no longer gay. And working a real job, but the Enforcers fucked that up. And they capture Spider-Man's, and Sandman kind of saves Spider-Man's, but doesn't really give a fuck about him because he's still, a bad guy at heart. I like the Sandman as a villain. I don't like this turn that he's had here. But Spider-Man's, he doesn't have his spider sense, Tom, and that's why they capture him. What the fuck could have happened to his spider sense? I don't know. And he's talking about this big headache he had. Well, anyway, Tom, over in Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man's, old Spider-Man's decided to do something. Oh shit, he revealed his secret to the old black cat, Tom. And she says, "No, put your mask back on. I don't want to be with this Peter Parker guy. I want to be with Spider-Man's. It's like, your apartment is a dump. Let's go to my fucking place." Pretty funny, Tom. But I'll never read this fucking thing again. And then, Tom.
Did you look up the value of that?
No, fuck value. So what kind of comic... You're the person that's ruining the comic book industry. Oh, let me look at the value. Oh, let me check. Maybe I can get this graded.
Somebody out there, look up the value, and please, even if it's not, say it's worth thousands.
So we got this great cover on Spider-Man 249. This is John Byrne. Spider-Man's bending over, getting
Dude, the cover looks like a butt fuck session.
ready to give it up to the Hobgoblins, but hey, I want a piece of this too. Let's do the ultimate train. And
I mean, it looks like they're all fucking each other. If you feel like dancing, come on, it's up to you.
chew. In this issue, Hobgoblin just blackmailing everybody and gets everybody these blackmailing together for a secret blackmail party. And Spider-Man's is there. Kingpin is there and stops the Hobgoblin from killing Spider-Man's. And the Hobgoblin is, "Oh, yes, sir, I'll leave him alone," and takes off like a bitch. That's pretty good. I liked it. Dan Green is inking over John Romita Jr. here, and he was already inking his shit over in the X-Men. I guess Romita was doing both those books at this time. Spider-Man's has his spider sense go off like never before, Tom. Oh, fuck. He got like, what the hell's going on? It's like something happened from beyond. I don't know. Something's gonna happen later on, Tom. I don't know what it is though. Hobgoblin throws some fucking powder at Spider-Man's and makes him lose his spider sense. How the fuck's that work? No idea. It's comic books. Who gives a shit? Doesn't have to make sense, right? I don't know. It was alright. No, it was better than alright. I liked it, Tom.
Art was good, the cover was good, and there were pumpkins in it, so that was a plus.
A lot of pumpkins.
I mean, at this point, that's really all I can hope for
Yeah.
with
And
Spider-Man.
is wearing like little cut off jean shorts and a shirt that says animal, a half shirt.
So that was erotic.
Yeah. Where the fuck is that? Yeah.
Looks like a fucking scene from Baywatch, the comic book.
Yeah, and he could have got laid too, like right in the beginning. You know, he's changing, some bitch walks in on him.
Which is very fucking borderline not acceptable by the comics code.
Right.
I didn't know these books were going to be so racy.
They go to the club, you know, the fancy rich club, and he says, "Oh, nothing with alcohol for me, thank you." All right, make it up to the comics code there.
Because I'm a queeb, you see.
Yeah. Weird shit.
That's all right. Can draw these bitches' nips, though. Well, that was fucking great. Full of fucking excellent movies, Joe. I can't wait to see what next week brings, if anything.
Good shit. Good shit. And yet, the Hordecast Live said, I do want you to cheer up, Tom. I just want the best for you.
Sure you do, Joe.
I do enjoy something once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, Joe.
Pour the sauce right on top, you know, and enjoy it. Maybe mix it up first.
Yeah, I would, hey, we'll see. Maybe I'll find some joy in something that isn't fucking, you know, mind altering or, you know, getting blown, but
Joy and pain. Sunshine and rain.
oh shit, yeah, let me do this before I forget.
I thought you
This
could put
Friday, I'm gonna pull my wiener out. This Friday, wherever you listen to music, I do on YouTube, but Joe would probably have better information than I. But the new AXE album comes out, Gods of Evil Rise. So check that out wherever you listen to music. I'm sure it'll be nothing but hit after hit after hit, Joe. Where, fuck, I don't know. Wrong one. I see.
Spotify. Check out their stuff on Spotify. You can follow them there and probably keep up with all their doings. You know, if they do a tour again, you'll probably get a notification there.
So, Spotify. There you go. Everybody, it's been another one. DWNProductions.net. Masks, bust, props, custom work, fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices.
For now.
Fuck. You got anything to say, Joe?
Just BOYGOB.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to DWNProductions.net and FastCustomShirts.com and